The ratio between the incomes of X and Y is given as 3:4 and the ratio between their expenditures is given as 2:3. If both of them are saving 9,000 rupees, find out the income of X. So it's given that the ratio between the incomes of X and Y as 3:4. This is basically the incomes ratio, and also the expenditures ratio between X and Y is known to be 2:3, right? And also the savings done by both of them is equivalent to 9,000 rupees, right? Before proceeding further, we should know a couple of ideas about the relationship between expenditure, income and savings. And what is that? Very simple. Savings is equivalent to income minus expenditure, or we can find out income by using the formula expenditure plus the savings, right? So based on these two statements, it's very clear that the difference between this ratio and this ratio is equivalent to the savings part, right? So let's find out the original income of X and Y. For that, let's multiply a constant factor A, which means the original income of X can be assumed as 3A and the original income of Y can be assumed as 4A, right? Similarly, in order to find out the original expenditure of X and Y, let's use a multiplication factor B, which would give us the original expenditure of X as 2B and Y as 3E, right? Now we have got the original incomes of X and Y and also the original expenditure of X and Y, right? And from this statement, we know that the difference between the income of X and the expenditure of X is equivalent to the savings 9,000, right? Similarly, the difference between the income of Y and the expenditure of Y is going to give us 9,000 because they clearly said that both of them are saving rupees 9,000. Now we have two equations. Let's easily solve. In order to solve these two equations, let's use the method of elimination. So we'll multiply this constant with the whole of the first equation, and also we'll multiply this constant with the whole of the second equation. So let's do that. So equation 1 multiplied by 4 will give us 12A minus 8B, that is equivalent to 36,000. Similarly, the equation 2 multiplied by 3 will give us 12A minus 9B is equivalent to 27,000, right? Now let's try to simplify the terms, which means we can subtract the two equations. This cancels off. This would become plus 1B and this would become probably 9,000, right? So which means B value is 9,000. Let's find out A as well. So 3A minus, I'm just going to substitute this value in the original equation number 1. So 3A minus 9,000 times 2 should give us 18,000 and that is equivalent to 9,000. So 3A is equivalent to 27,000, right? And we know that the income of X is already assumed as 3A, which means what is the income of the person X? 27,000. That's it. So we have seen the logical way of solving this question. Now let's try to use a shortcut approach in order to solve the same question in a very quick amount of time. From the question we know that the income ratio between X and Y is 3:4. The expenditure ratio between X and Y is 2:3. And also they are saving rupees 9,000 individually, right? And what do we already know about the relationship between income, expenditure and savings? Savings is always equivalent to the difference between income and expenditure, right? Now let's find out the difference between income and expenditure, and it's very clear that in both the ratio parts we have a difference of one part, right? So the difference between income and expenditure in terms of ratio is equivalent to one part, right? And it's the same in both the cases. And also we know that the exact savings is equivalent to 9,000. Now it's very simple. Can we relate this one part of the money is equivalent to 9,000? That's it. If one part of the money is equivalent to 9,000, we are supposed to find out the income of X, and income of X contains three parts of the money. So 3 multiplied by 9,000, that is going to be 27,000 rupees.